What's good? It's your brother YK the Truth. And in this video, I will be talking about denialism. All right. What would cause a pretendian to deny DNA?
And I come to realize they're taking DNA tests to determine what tribe they come from, instead of doing their real genealogy, right? With real census, real marriage, death, birth certificates, right? They're going with entertainment.
What would cause a flat earther to deny NASA and science?
When I started actually doing research on my own and figuring out that there is no real picture of Earth, like there's not one picture of Earth, and we haven't been back to the moon since 1961 or 1969, and you start, and then it becomes like conspiracy theory.
Just in case you were persuaded by Kyrie, here are some recent photos of the Earth from our friends at the Internet. I mean, look.
Is that our Earth?
What makes these people believe these things? Okay? And I figured it out. Denialism is their only proof. So, how do you win against a group of people who can just deny any evidence you present? You follow me? Oh, DNA proves that we're from Africa. It's a hoax. It's fake. Oh, NASA proved that we went to the moon. Oh, NASA is fake. It's a hoax. Everything is a hoax. The moon landing is a hoax. So, I want to talk about denialism, all right? In the psychology of human behavior, denialism is a person's choice to deny reality as a way to avoid a psychologically uncomfortable truth, all right? What is an uncomfortable truth? A fact that you was not already here. Okay? They can't accept the fact that, you know, I hear a lot of them say things like, oh, you want to come from a slave? You want to come from a slave? So they want to deny the slave trade. They want to deny the history.
They told us that we were slaves, and, you know, we came over here in the bottom of a slave ship, and we was primitive type people, and they civilized us, and you know, as though we owed them something, you know, because they claim they civilized us, but now we finding out it was the other way around, you know. But this is what they told us. We was naked, swinging from trees, and they civilized us and turned us into human beings, you know. And we finding out it's nothing but a bald-faced lie. And I'm sorry, I'm driving too. And the story that they told us. And one thing I don't understand is how, unless, I don't know how the scholars, these so-called scholars, couldn't figure this shit out. We got many people in the healthcare field that could have looked at this story that they told us and said, no, that couldn't have happened. But nobody said anything about this story and critiqued this story and say, no, something is off about this story.
Just so they can say that they was already here to avoid that uncomfortable truth. It says, denial is an essentially irrational action that withholds the validation of a historical experience or event when a person refuses to accept an empirically verifiable reality. So We got history. We got narratives. We got DNA. We got culture, language passed on. But you have to dismiss all of the evidence. All of the evidence, you would have to say it's not real.
How far is too far, my guy? Well, Emma Rose, this is the lady that Zora is going to get her story from. Her works is Historical Sketches of the South, 1914. She was the first writer to publish a book based on interviews with Cujo Lewis and The Middle Passage. Well, I want to say this here, bro. Her book was fake. It wasn't even like it was fiction. Nigga made it up. This was stories of the slave trade, bro. There was nothing true about it. No different than what Alex Haley did with Roots.
Israel Lewis III is the great-great-grandson of Cudjoe Lewis. He talks of how his ancestors formed their own governing community in North Mobile, Africatown.
Our ancestors actually came from a culture, a secret society that was set right in the middle of Mobile society. And the Mobile people didn't even know it. They didn't realize these people had their own language, their own religion, their own outlook of life.
The bust of Cudjoe Lewis sits in front of Union Missionary Baptist Church. He was one of the founders. Services are still held there today. A plaque in front of the church displays his African name, Kazula. Kazula is also the name of the only black-owned and operated business in what's considered the heart of downtown Mobile.
In order to believe what you believe. All right? In the sciences, denialism is the rejection of basic facts and concepts that are undisputed. Undisputed. Who's disputing that African Americans' ancestry come from Africa? Who is saying that? But these so-called pretendians, fake historians, pseudo-historians like Dane Calloway, Cootie Mayo, and a whole list of others who put a little bit of spooky music in the background to make you think stupidly. Okay? Now, it says, in the sciences, denialism is the rejection of basic facts and concepts that are undisputed. Well-supported parts of the scientific consensus on a subject in favor of ideas that are radical, controversial, or fabricated. All right? Controversy. You know damn well we were not already here. I wonder how many people I can make believe these things. Fabricated. What is fabrication? Saying things like Harriet Tubman was only a railroad conductor and she didn't free any slaves. Or saying things like Nat Turner never existed. It's called denial. Denial is your main evidence. Just look at all the people that come to my channel and comment. Most of the pretendians, they just come to say it's not real. They don't never refute my information. Never. Now it says, the terms Holocaust denial, AIDS denialism, describes the denial of the facts and the reality of the subject matters. And the term climate change denial describes denial of the scientific consensus that the climate change of planet Earth is real. You got people who believe that climate change is not real. They deny all the evidence. Christians, they have to deny evolution. People who want to accept this, they want to accept that they already here. They have to deny all of the evidence that comes with the outer Africa theory. It's denial. Denial is the name of the game. Do you know how easy it would be for me to just deny anything? Do you know how easy that is? Imagine not having to do no real research. All you got to do is upload a video and say, I deny these things. You don't have to do no research because it's all fake anyways. That keeps you intellectually lazy. But you know what I find mighty odd? They don't deny the information that they find that fits their agenda when they cherry pick it. They don't say, oh, well, this information must be fake because it was written by a white man. They love going to the white man when the white man agrees with them. Then they don't deny it. But if any other information, they accept it. If there's a white boy that's coming to them saying, look, DNA is a hoax, they're going to accept him. Why? Because they agree with what they believe. The motivation and causes of denial includes religion, self-interest, economic, political, or financial. Most of these dudes that are talking about this Aboriginal pretending and stuff, they see this as a means to make money. Because you know what I noticed? And this is real talk. This is real talk. And this is not a shot at my followers or anything. But I noticed that most of the people that believe in pseudoscience and hoaxes and stuff, those are the main people that give their money up easily. Easily. Think about the church. Jesus is big business because they want to go to heaven. So they want to take care of the people that they think could get them there. So they support. So all of this stuff is big business. I won't be surprised if a lot of these people like Dane Calloway and Cootie Mayo and all of them, I won't be surprised if they don't believe half the shit they saying. But they know it's people out there that'll soak it up, hook, line, and sinker, and send that money and donations to them on a daily basis. Thinkers don't donate. Atheists don't donate. I'm just saying it's the way it is. But go over there to the pseudos. They support them. Self-interest, financial, and defense mechanisms meant to protect the psyche of the denialist against mentally disturbing facts and ideas. Such disturbance is called cognitive dissonance in psychology terms. All right? Now, definition and tactics. Anthropologist Didier Fassin distinguishes between denial, defined as the empirical observation that reality and truth are being denied, and denialism, which he defines as an ideological position whereby one systematically reacts by refusing reality and truth. Persons and social groups who reject propositions on which they exist a mainstream and scientific consensus engage in denialism, where they use rhetorical tactics to give the appearance of argument in legitimate debates. Why you think every time you debate a pretendian, they say things like, they always ask questions. You know what I mean? They try to play mental gymnastics because they don't stand on truth. It's like they try to make you look stupid by asking you dumb ass questions. Oh, show me your African ancestor. Knowing they didn't put African in the consensus. Doing little tricks like that, or asking you things like, show your fourth great-great-grandparent, all of them. All of them. This is what Cootie Mayo asked me to do. And then he said that's the only reason, that would be the only way he would take me serious. So basically, you ask me something that's damn near impossible to do, so you won't have to get this work. Do you follow me? This is what they do. Okay? When there's none, it is a process that operates by employing one or more of the following 5 tactics. We're going to talk about these tactics. Conspiracy theories. Dismissing the data or observation by suggesting opponents are involved in a conspiracy to suppress the truth. They don't want you to know who you are. They don't. Why? They are in power. Now, it's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. So why do they have to hide who you are as a people in 2023? What I told you. Number 2, cherry picking. Selecting an anomalous critical paper supporting their idea, or using outdated, flawed, and discredited paper to make their opponents look as though they base their ideas on weak research. Denialists are usually not deterred by the extreme isolation of their theories, but rather see it as an indication of their intellectual courage against dominant orthodoxy and the accompanying political correctness. Meaning, they look special by going against the grain, being different. They feel like by spewing this information, they stand out from the rest of the world. False experts. Paying an expert in the field or another field to lend supporting evidence or credibility. Finding some weak-ass British person to say DNA testing is only for entertainment purposes only. Moving the goalposts. Dismissing evidence presented in a response to a specific claim by continually demanding some other, often unfulfillable piece of evidence. Meaning, go find your fourth great-grandfather on both sides. Your fourth great-grandparents on both sides. Demanding some other unfulfillable piece of evidence. Other logical fallacies. False analogy, appeal to consequences, straw man, red herring. This is what they do. Okay? Here go 3 other ones. Avoiding. The first line of defense against disruptive information is to avoid it. No, you don't want to pull up to YK the Truth channel to debate this information. Delegitimizing. The second line of defense is to attack the messenger by undermining the credibility of the source. Oh, who he worked for? John Henry Clark, he worked for the African, whatever, he worked for white boy. You try to personal attack the person to dismiss his information. Oh, who they work for? Limiting. The final line of defense, if disruptive information cannot be avoided or delegitimized, is to rationalize and limit the impact of the disruptive ideas. Try to make an excuse for something when you can't make an excuse. I will encourage you guys to read more. Evolution, Flat Earth, GMF, mental illness denial. It's so many. And I had to make this video, y'all. You know what I mean? Denialism is real. If you don't have any evidence, just deny the evidence that's being presented. It's simple. It's easy. It's easy breezy. So it's your brother YK the Truth, and I'm out. Peace.